I am unmuting myself, then I'm bringing you live. People can hear us but not see us, and then we go to this screen. The elf part is also in the chat, but now above me as an icon and in my call. Welcome. Say hi to chat.
Hi.
Yeah, I'm gonna just do like an interview before you can even catch your breath. Who are you?
So I am the Elf Bard on Nexus Mods, Discord, um, and on Twitch too. I finally updated my Twitch account.
Yeah, that's great.
Um, and so I've been making mods since 2020. And for me, it's all about just kind of storytelling in right now in New Vegas. But maybe sometime soon I might branch out. Uh, Not gonna confirm anything right this second.
Yeah. So how have you been modding for long? Have you? Is this your first mod, or what games you modded? Anything like that?
So, like I said, I've been modding since 2020. It started with um, Vault 16, which eventually became Vault 16 Redux because I wanted to go back and redo it after I learned, like, over the years, more stuff in Fallout, in the GEC.
Yeah.
But I've also released a couple mods for Fallout 4, and those are more so related to a mod project that will probably never see the light of day, sadly. But those mods are available for like the people who were following that mod project and were probably as sad as I was to have to cancel it. But yeah, so I've played around with Fallout 4's creation kit, so I mean, never say never. I
Mm,
just have been focusing on New Vegas
I can see.
and New Vegas has been very kind to me. And I've had a lot of great experiences. Last year I got to do C3 and of course doing it again right now. So,
Right, let's go. I'm gonna put a link to the mod in the chat right now so you can find it. This mod is already out, but you have updated significantly. So I'm gonna hide my silly display capture and show you guys the teaser. This should be good.
Elder Delthorn, these are your
Hopefully.
but
orders from the
Let's see.
Council of Elders.
It did it
It's
again. It's
time
sort of
that we are made whole again.
it did it again.
Take your expedition, seek
I'm sorry,
and
guys.
find lost chapters.
It was set to have audio, but it didn't. I think OBS is messing with me on purpose.
Elder Delthorn, these are your orders from the Council of Elders. It's time that we are made whole again. Take your expedition, seek and find lost chapters of the Brotherhood, and re-establish contact. And, if possible, bring them back to Navarro. Our list of lost chapters. Nevada chapter. Last known location. Helios 1. Midwest expedition. Last known location. Chicago. Appalachia chapter. Last known location. Fort Atlas. East Coast expedition. Last known location. The Citadel. Washington chapter. Last known location. Little Rock Air Force Base. Ad Victorium, Elder.
All seems to be fine. Sky's just a bit cloudy. Steady pace to Searchlight Airport. Wait. I've got 3 unidentified vertibirds. No NCR markings. Hello. This is Brotherhood Vertibird Gladius. Mayday! Mayday! They've opened fire!
I am Elder Elias Delthorn. Would you care to tell me why you're in our airbase? We are the Brotherhood of Steel. I'd be surprised if you've never heard of us.
Ah, I wanted to close it in on this. There we go. There were some Easter eggs there, huh?
yeah, so someone already was like, "Oh, did I hear Little Rock?" So I have there's a lot of references there because like the narrative I'm trying to plant is explaining how big the Brotherhood becomes in the TV show, because like the West Coast Brotherhood before the TV show was not doing too well.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, how do we explain the tiny, like, broken and shattered Brotherhood of Steel to then becoming a powerhouse for the TV show? And so I'm like, well, at some point they have to unify.
Mhm.
So this is telling the story of a expedition that is like going out to like bring these chapters back in. And so I make a reference to Chicago with Fallout Tactics. That's a reference. Of course, Fallout Tactics isn't canon, but I don't really care. It's a fun reference. I also reference Little Rock Air Force Base because part of the mod project that didn't come to see the light of day that I worked on was going to be set in Arkansas, and so but oh cool. Always wanted to follow my home state of Arkansas. Yeah, me too. So but yeah, so that was those Easter eggs and references. And so yeah, I knew someone was probably gonna be like, "What? Little Rock, Washita?" um, so I'm glad someone picked up on it before I talked on it.
Yeah, you didn't even
Um,
have to bring it up yourself.
yeah. Um, and so, but yeah, so I make a lot of references to other Fallout games. There's a terminal that will reference like Morgantown from Fallout 76.
Ooh.
Um, because the terminal has like, oh, because this was a functional airport,
Mm.
so I have a, a arrivals and departures, and one of the departures is to Morgantown, and the note says weather hot, and then in parentheses I put scorching, and so I have a lot of fun references like that.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
and so
Yeah,
but
thank
yeah, so
awesome. Actually, Kate, so if you're a New Vegas fan and you want to support the Elf Bards project, he has his own, I type out the link, own campaign that you can now donate it. As you can see, the banner has changed at the top of the chat. So the Elf Bard, through this project, is raising um, money as well. So if you wanna with one of those New Vegas people, you can show support to this campaign here. It's the same campaign, but one of those sub campaigns that where a lot of us are doing. And so originally this was can I get that display capture back here? So originally you had this in the
yeah, Nellis Air Force Base.
Nellis Air
So
Force Base.
I sort of call it my lazy version, even though it's not really that lazy, because I went in and just replaced all their outfits and their factions,
Mhm.
and but functionally, it's just the Boomers as the Brotherhood of Steel.
Yeah.
And so some people were like, "Oh, this sounds like this would break the game," and I'm like, I don't see why it would break the game, but yeah, and so people I actually never knew about Searchlight Airport, never saw it in game before, even though I've been playing Fallout New Vegas since 2012.
Mm.
But I had comments saying, "Oh, you should put this in Searchlight Airport," and so I went and I found Searchlight Airport, and I was like, "Oh, okay,
Yeah.
this is just this random empty airport with no use in the game," and so I was like, "This is perfect." And so,
This will
um,
work. Yeah,
yeah,
so originally you just wanted the mod out because you were inspired by the TV show, and um, now the mod has been updated and it's got a whole background story to it. It's in a location where it doesn't conflict with any other mods. Well, there could be a mod in existence that changes Searchlight, but these are all old pictures that I'm showing you now, just for reference, because it used to be in Nellis, but now it's being updated. And I didn't see any titties. Why is it adult content? Is there swearing?
mm.
So the you had another, but yeah, this is the mod. It's already been out. How was the reception originally when you released this? Like people are giving you ideas about the Searchlight, right?
So the Searchlight recommendations came later because like this mod, I think I released it like before the full-length trailer for the show season 1 came out, because I made a ton of mods when they dropped the Vanity Fair article, because
Oh.
they dropped a bunch of pictures and a little bit of teases and stuff. And so I just went from there, and I made like the Vault 33 jumpsuit mod and the Brotherhood of Steel military base mod. And like I cranked these all out pretty quickly. And in fact, I really funnily, I released my Vault 33 jumpsuit a whole 24 hours before Bethesda put it into Fallout 76. So
Nice.
uh so yeah, so sometimes modders we get the job done. So
Yeah, we don't have to
so
go through QA.
yeah. But yeah, so like I got my jumpsuit out before Bethesda, and I remember like someone messaging me like the day after I uploaded my mod. They're like, "Oh, yo, Bethesda did it," and I was like, "Cool."
Cool.
Great, and so, but yeah, and so, oh look, it's the Brotherhood of Steel in a lineup for the Make-A-Wish donation.
Yes, that's amazing. Amazing detail there. Thank you, Kate, for the $20 donation. Let's go.
Cephalupota says Hamilton voice, modders, we get the job done. he understood my reference.
Yeah, but with
So,
yeah, go ahead.
but yeah, so I started like working on this update in like October of last year.
Mhm.
And so it's like adding new interiors. Oh, well, I say new interiors. I'm recycling from the base game.
Yeah.
I'm I haven't really played around with like creating brand new interiors, but like this is already like a step up from what I've been doing in Fallout mods.
Yeah.
So every mod for me is kind of like pushing, okay, what can I learn and what can I do
Yeah.
more to build off what I've been doing.
Love that.
And so this is like cluttering. I mean, I had to manually place all the vertibirds, the turrets, um, and I mean, and a bit of environmental storytelling, because I have a plane that's like on the runway, like it was about to take off when the
Yeah.
bombs dropped, but you know,
Cool.
the bombs had another idea.
Yeah, we actually have some gameplay video here. I can enable it. I'm gonna make sure that
Yeah.
it's got voice sound again. Why is it doing that? Hold on. I suck at this.
Fine.
Yeah, it's resetting the audio settings so it doesn't play the audio, which sucks because I set it to show it. Now it should play. We got the disclaimer that game footage is from work in progress. You had a timeline for this. There we go. Now we have sounds.
Yeah, I think the reveal trailer said that I have it. It's set to release March 23rd, which is the Chosen One's birthday. So another Fallout reference. As you can tell, like I'm, yeah, big big Fallout guy. And then you of course see my player character in my Vault 33 jumpsuit.
Yeah, I was gonna point that out.
So, but yeah, and so it's functionally still Searchlight Airport. It just gives you more of a reason to go there, and you'll be able to, of course, talk to the Elder. But this is more classic Brotherhood. They do not like outsiders at all.
What are you
And
doing in our base?
yeah, so they don't really like outsiders. So I just like think that this kind of goes back to more classic Brotherhood of Steel. Like they're on a mission and they don't really want to deal with outsiders. So
You stole their
and
lemonade.
yeah, Sunset Sarsaparilla.
Yeah, not
Well,
lemonade.
it's a sunset tax. 25% because there's 4 bottles of sunset there.
Nice.
So but yeah, so like these are 2 mess halls, um, and one's like for the lower ranks, like knights and initiates, and then the other one's for paladin, scribes, and the elder. And then there's the plane that was on the runway ready to go.
Oh, this is the
Um,
plane you mentioned.
yeah, so I was like, because it was like in a ditch, so I pulled it out of the ditch and was like, I'm just gonna make it look like it was gonna take off when the bombs dropped. And so and then I made like a cell load door for the terminal because if you go to the airport in vanilla, you can't go into the terminal, you can't go into any of the buildings. The barracks and stuff don't exist in vanilla.
Yeah.
Voice crack. um, but yeah, you can go up into the terminal, and the most boring view of the border. You can't. It just looks out into the beyond. Um, and then these arrivals, I think it is. They all reference locations from Fallout games. So the first one was Los Angeles, then this one is
Yeah.
San Francisco.
Commonwealth.
This will be Baltimore because I don't think there's an airport in Washington, D.C. But Baltimore is about as close, I think, as you could fly into.
Boston
Then of
is
course
here.
Boston.
Morgantown. Weather is scorching.
Yeah.
I like that one. That's a good Easter egg.
Yeah. So that was fun. Baltimore mentioned in chat.
Yeah.
So
People
and
getting
then
excitable.
okay, no, so that was departures. These are arrivals, and these are referenced to like non-canon Fallout games. So one was Chicago. This is Dallas.
Nice.
Referencing the Fallout game no one wants to talk about.
Right.
So and then referencing the balls drink, the New York, and then Anchorage, Alaska. This is a reference to the project I'm working on called Fallout Odyssey. And so I made a reference to Fallout the Odyssey.
Oh, and then there's some Brotherhood notes in there as well.
Yes, and then I just kind of tease it and back out of the terminal.
Nice.
Yeah, you'll have to wait to read the Brotherhood files when the mod comes out.
We're not showing them to you yet. Something for you to discover. So how's the? You said you started in October last year, so you've been working on this for a few months.
Yeah. So it was working on like interiors. Some of like this was the first time I like worked with adding like it's technically like the GEC views them as new interior, so it's like figuring out how load doors work, and I still need to fix one of them, and you'll see me get stuck in a door later in the gameplay. But so I'm still Fallout the Odyssey mentioned in chat. But yeah, some of the Fallout Odyssey team people are watching the stream, so shout out to y'all.
Yeah. Shout out Inc.
Also in the gameplay, you see me stop and look at the scribes being confused because some of them are wearing the Fallout the Odyssey scribe outfits because I have web productions mod on, and I forgot that like the level list that he has like affects
your stuff and the
Brotherhood NPCs. So yeah, so that was funny. So they get a little bit more of a reference to the Odyssey than I had anticipated. So then we go into the Elder's Quonset hut, and this is really like I think it's like the interiors from I think Loyal's hut, and then I added a desk for the Elder, with a chair that I need to fix and make it work, because you just hear me click the button to sit and then I won't sit down. So I didn't realize that you can't just put down a chair, you have to add the interaction to it.
Yeah, but those are the best kind of modding projects that teach you new things. They make you think. It's not just like you learn new things as you go. I really want to make one of those, that kind of a mod project. That's something that I've never
Yeah.
done before. Not just houses or
Yeah.
armor, but something
2 hours of
different.
weapons training every morning.
Right.
It is a good way to start the day.
And then this is the Paladin's barrack. I always find it funny that they'll just full on sleep in their power armor.
Hello, outsider.
Like, that seems so uncomfortable.
I have a friend who always has played Fallout 76 in a power armor, and I'm sure he never takes his power armor off. But in this game, you can actually sleep in your power armor, unlike in Fallout 4 and 76, where you have to exit to use furniture.
Yeah, you can't even sit down in your power armor in
Yeah.
Fallout 4 and 76.
That
th-
can't be comfortable though, sleeping in your PA.
Yeah. And so, yeah, this is the Knight's barrack, and you just saw me get stuck in the door. Like I said, I need to fix that. And so, but yeah, so, so that's how you charge your fusion cores. But yeah, and so yeah, then this is the Initiates barrack.
Yeah.
They're all wearing my Brotherhood of Steel fatigues outfit, which is another mod inspired by the TV show.
Nice.
And so, and then you have like the vertibirds, which is awesome. And but yeah, so it's like nearly ready to go. I just of course have stuff that I want to fix and
Yeah.
some few things that I
There
need
we
to
go.
adjust. And yeah, so that was the gameplay.
Awesome. So you still have to fix I'd always do these lists before I do like a big update or everything. So you need to do the door, and then you want to fix the chair, and then you got like this checklist of things you want to do.
Yeah.
Do you need any testers if someone wants to take a look at it? Or do you
I
need
mean,
like
potentially. I mean, I'm typically I don't really like have. I don't usually have testers because
Yeah.
I kind of like to keep like these mods because these are a pretty small like project, so I don't want like a bunch of people coming in and QAing. I have a few people like Lupton Stewart, who's most well known for Charisma Alters Companion Limit, who's a friend of mine.
Yeah.
In the modding space, like he'll test my mods every now and then, and he is phenomenal,
Yeah.
very talented, and he's awesome for helping me like test some of my mods sometimes, um, and so yeah, so
Yeah. Awesome. We still have one thing to show you guys before we move on to the next segment. But hold on, I need to check things for my. I got too many things to balance. There we go. Yeah, I know where I'm going. All's good. So you are not just working on this one. This one is coming out soon. You have some things you still want to do it. But you also have upcoming projects. Let's see if this one has sounds. I'm going to check if this one has sounds.
it should have sound.
Yeah, it does. There we go. Sounds for everyone. Oh, that's fairly loud actually. What is this?
Yeah, this is a little teaser for the Fallout: The Odyssey upcoming demo for Fire Island. And so apparently Doc Blubbin can see Fire Island in real life.
It's
So
the
this should
place
be-
you know in the game.
This will
you
be
know.
interesting for Doc.
Nice. I love this.
And yeah, I wrote I wrote a couple of the quests for Fire Island, so I was like, yeah, I'll put a teaser in my C3 presentation, and then the wonderful logo.
Yeah.
Soon PM.
Soon TM, yeah. Soon TMing intensifies. What's this? Hey, another one. A Brotherhood guy?
So yeah, then this is the teaser. Lupton Stewart and I will soon TM.
Soon TMing.
Be working a project called Companions of the Mojave. And so that's an idea where like I was kind of inspired. He has vendors of the Mojave, um, which adds a bunch of vendors to like different factions and stuff. So like there's actually um, a vendor in Nelson for the Legion, and I actually voiced that NPC when I had a really bad microphone. I'm shocked that Lupton Stewart went with it, but you know I'm a voice in a mod. Uh, and so Companions of the Mojave will just have like a bunch of companions around the Mojave that are most of them are linked to specific factions to kind of like delve into and flesh out some of these factions or provide like a different element that you don't like see like there's going to be a fiend companion because like everyone's like you wouldn't imagine there'd be any humanity in the fiends because you just like oh they're all hiked up on psycho and they kill anyone they see but you know it's doing fun stuff like that and again with the amazing Lupton Stewart who's most known for uh, charisma alters companion limit because he just does amazing stuff and so my first modding friend
Nice.
and so yeah and then Fire Island of course will come out at some point this year. I don't know when. I actually don't.
Yeah, I always
That's
like
not
to
me.
say.
That's not me. That's not me covering my butt. I
Yeah.
literally don't know when it's coming out. So
Yeah.
don't at me.
Yeah, it's like it's coming when it's coming. Deal with that.
Yeah. So
But thanks so much
yeah.
for being part of C3. Thank you for raising money to make a wish with us. Thank you for showcasing and thank you for all the work you're doing for the modding community. I really appreciated seeing this and hosting this on my channel.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm so honored. I thank you so much. Like, you're like one of my like longtime favorite modders, and like your outfit compendium is like the oldest mod in my load order for Fallout 4. So
Uh,
when Kate messaged me, she was like, "Oh, you're gonna have Elianora," and I was like, "What?"
it happens. And meanwhile, I'm fangirling at all these projects that are coming out, and I'm like constantly in awe at what people are putting so much effort into it. This was really fun. We're gonna have to raid over to the next segment, which is Green Foxhole. But thank you so much for coming by. And you guys go check out the Elf Parks Nexus and follow the projects. Hold on, one more shout out. There we go. Hasty Mark, you coming in just as I am raiding out to Green Foxhole, who is hosting a Conquered Stories showcase. Can I just do the thing? Raid has been created. We're good. Thank you so much, Elf Bart. I'll talk to you later. I'm gonna take us to some sort of an end screen and log us out.